Go ahead, Derek.
Marquise, just from the guy that's kind of been here before, well, what do you think pleased you the most about your guys' performance tonight?
I think that, we had really good energy to start the day off, to start shoot around. And that transferred over to, on the court. And, we have a great group of guys who want to win bad. And we have a great coaching staff who wants to win just as bad. So I think that energy transferred over to the game.
And Naquan, what did you think about your first time kind of playing in Bramlage Coliseum?
First time, it was crazy. Definitely something I was very expecting that it was going to be crazy, especially for an exhibition game. I just, just put in the work, and it was just good.
For the two guards up there, you guys had 19 turnovers tonight. Coach talked a little bit yesterday about that being something you guys want to clean up. What's the process of cleaning that up as you guys get into actual game action?
Just being more disciplined, making more smart plays, easy plays, rather than, trying to create for ourselves.
That's for sure. I feel like we got to make the game more simple. We have a lot of guys who could do different things with the basketball. So if we just be more simple than, everybody, Coach always says simple is harder and simple is much more difficult to do. So if we can, be, as simple as possible, then we'll limit those turnovers.
And you guys shot it pretty well from inside the arc. What kind of went into you guys being able to shoot it so well in transition? Obviously, you guys had a lot of success, but also in the half court.
Definitely, we got a lot of offensive rebounds, I believe, and that gave us, second chance opportunities. I don't know how many points we got off of that, but that gave us a great, momentum to, shooting a greater percentage.
For Cam and Naquan, can you both talk to me just about what it was like to play your first game in a Kansas State uniform? What you liked most about it?
It felt good. I mean, it started from warm-ups. I had the chills a little bit. How you get adrenaline, get the running and stuff like that. Well, I felt real bouncy in warm-up, so, I mean, it felt good.
Same. Just from warming up and just coming here early, I felt like the energy was going to be crazy. So it was just something that I was, waiting for.
Marquise, you in particular looked very excited when Gerald Colbert had that big block.
Yes.
What does he do that in practice, and what is it like to shoot over him?
Yes, he does do that in practice. I mean, he's been working tremendously hard, and he's been putting in the work. And the work showed today, and all the guys were happy for Gerald today. So, yeah.
And Marquise, I wanted to ask you about the atmosphere, the student section. What was that like, considering you've been here last year for an exhibition, to see the students come out like that?
It's pretty crazy to think about it because, last year it probably wasn't as many fans as it were today, but it was fun. I mean, I'm really happy for these guys to experience it, for a chance, and I'm glad that we pulled off a win. I'm glad that Coach Tang got his first win, not officially, but it's still a win. A win is a win. So. Yeah.
And then Cam, for you, I mean, you played some pretty big time basketball in the SEC too. What are you most looking forward about, not just playing at K-State, but playing in the Big 12 in general?
Just winning. I mean, we are around a group of guys that want to win, and we're going to win. So that's what I'm looking forward to too.
And then for you, Naquan, started to kind of get into a rhythm, get into the basket, also tried to shoot from outside. Do you feel more comfortable shooting from outside, or are you more of a put the ball on the floor and try and get to the rack kind of guy?
I most definitely feel comfortable shooting outside of the floor. Shots just didn't go in today, but that's okay. Put in enough work that you can adjust, and if the shot's not falling, start getting to the basket. And I feel like that's what I did, and my team, they put me in positions that way I can, get cuts and stuff like that to score. So.
Marquise, I talked to you the day Jerome Tang was hired, when he was introduced to the press conference. Mm-hmm. And you told me you were really excited just by his energy and who he was as a person. You feel like now that you've played, an exhibition game, you've been with him for a while, you've helped kind of construct this team. Do you feel like you're starting to kind of exude Coach Tang's energy on the court and through the locker room?
I mean, Coach Tang is an everyday guy. So the very first day he got hired, he's been like that ever since. I mean, I think today he was more reserved and he had a lot of energy. But Coach Tang is a really good guy, really good coach. He wants to win so bad, and the guys just want to do it for him, and especially ourselves.
What would you say is the most different about you today versus the day that he was hired? What's changed the most for you?
More players. I mean, that day, we had it just been different. I mean, we've been preparing for this since the summertime. I mean, it was a long journey for the coaching staff and myself. But now that we got 15 whole guys, it's been a pleasure ever since the day he got hired. So.
Cam, you guys had some pretty major defensive spurts there in the first half. You go out to a 7-0 run. I think it was like you scored 10 of the first 12 points of the game as a team. What about playing defense and playing tough defense excites you?
Just making the other team turn the ball over and knowing after we get the ball from them that we can go down and have a chance to score.
Just like that.
Marquise, as one of the leaders of this team, how special was it to see all 15 guys get on the court?
Pretty special, man. I mean, we all come from different backgrounds, different places, and for us to actually experience what Bramlage is like and see the fans come out and see the coaching staff coming together to create a good game plan for us to win, it's just pretty special. We have our first official game November 7th, so after today we can celebrate, but then we on to the next one.
And Dorian Finister was on the court quite a bit today. How do you feel like he played?
I feel like he played well. I mean, coming out of high school, your first college game, I feel like he played well. He got on the glass. He got some good looks. So I think he played really well.
Cam, describe your game in general for people, not tonight, just your general game, how you play.
I've been working on my shooting a whole lot, so I improved my shooting. I mean, I just like to play. I mean, I feel I can do everything. There's nothing that I can't do. I love to play defense. I mean, that's really it.
Naquan, is this team really going to make its mark playing defense for the most part?
Most definitely. That's what we emphasize every day in practice is defense. Like, especially during the beginning, like we wasn't even doing anything offense. Everything was defense. That's where we started when like the whole team got together. Everything was defense. So I would say, yeah, most definitely.
Come on, Dan. You don't got nothing for me today, Dan? Come on. I know you got something.
Desi Sills hasn't been around for very long, but he made a pretty large impact on today's game. Marquise, just how crazy has it been for him to just kind of hit the ground running in a short amount of time?
It's great to have Desi on our team, first and foremost, but he brings a different level of energy once he steps on the floor. His defensive tenacity is crazy. He's also like another leader on the court, another coach. And yeah, just having Desi on your team, you know that you could count on him each and every play, each and every day. So,
Marquise, what are some adjectives you would use to describe this team?
Adjective, damn. I forgot what adjective. Come on, Dan.
Like descriptive words.
Descriptive word we could talk about the team. He trying to bring me back to school. I forgot. This team is tough, gritty, selfless, and a bunch of winners. So that's how I would describe this team.
You're going to play your first game on Monday. I was curious what your message just would be to Kansas State fans, wanting them to come out on Monday.
My message would be, bring the energy. We feed off of you guys, and we're gonna play, extremely hard, and we're gonna fight and compete, to the end of 40 minutes.
And bring the keys.
Bring the keys and the shoes.
Yes.
Anything else for these guys?
How did it feel to play a game that wasn't just a scrimmage against your own teammates?
I get used to that.
I mean, it felt really well to play against somebody else, and well, I don't want to be disrespectful and beat them. I mean, it felt good. So.
Yeah, most definitely, especially like when we play against each other and we run our sets, and we execute our sets against each other, we know that we're gonna execute against other people because they don't know where we're running. So definitely. Yeah. It's gonna be good.
And then I just was curious, you guys after the game went around and gave high fives to the fans that were still here. Is that a new tradition we can expect, and kind of how did that start?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Coach Tang wanted to create something new within our culture. So now after games, we'll start walking around the whole gym and giving fans high fives. So
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.